Hey, welcome to Rapture Alley. I'm Rapture. I just wrote a book, and it's called Passport Bros and BlueBook Men. It's a glance into the fascinating world of love across the globe and the cultures in a long-distance relationship. It's a journey you can't resist. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to take each chapter and I'm going to condense it down so that I can do a video on each chapter. So today's video is going to be the first chapter of the book, and later on, towards the end of the chapters, I'm going to make the book available to my subscribers. Okay, and don't forget to watch this to the end, because I'm going to tell you something at the end you're really going to like. I hope you do anyway. So today's chapter, the very first chapter of the book, is called Hearts Know No Borders. The first part of this chapter is going to be on love and borders. Men are reaching across the border, and I mean, when I say across the border, I'm across the sea, and they're seeking love in other countries, and they've been given the name Passport Bros. I don't really like the name Passport Bro. I am a passport bro, but I don't really like the name. BlueBook Men, I think, sounds a lot better. I've heard a couple of people use BlueBook Men. There's a couple other names they've been using, but we're just going to go with BlueBook Men and Passport Bros. When you fall in love, it's undoubtedly one of the most incredible experiences that anyone could ever have. It's a journey that it takes us to places we've never imagined. It's a journey that can turn our world upside down in the best possible way. However, that special someone that comes from another country and a different culture is vastly different from our own. My awesome Rapture Alley viewers, those that you have not subscribed, I really hope you do subscribe. It helps me out greatly, and it helps me reach other people. It has to do with the algorithm. I'm not going to pretend like I understand the algorithm, but I need your help. I need you to subscribe. I need you to give me the thumbs up or the like. I also need you to make a comment. So at any point you want to comment on this, let me know. Now I'm going to give you some exciting information, okay? Before we dive into my content, I have that real quick request, is that you do those three things. Number one, you subscribe. Number two, you like it. And number three, leave a comment. I respond to all the comments. And I'm going to, at the very end of the video, I'm going to make an announcement, because I'm going to be awarding somebody on each video. And I think that you're going to want to know how that you could be part of that. So stay to the end so I can tell you about how you can earn this reward at the end of the video. I'm going to be doing it on a regular basis. And here's the most exciting part. We're giving away this reward to one lucky person, and then the reasons that they qualified for it will be, like I said, at the end of the video. So please watch it to the very end. Stick around. It helps out also. So I want you to stay tuned. Watch this video to the end. I hope it helps you out greatly. This is Rapture Alley. I'm Rapture. The points I want to make today on this video is, number one, long distance relationships with different cultural backgrounds have unique challenges. That's one of the first points we need to understand, that there's going to be different challenges involved in each relationship. Secondly, physical distance can make it harder for your bond to grow closer. Now think about it for a second. I'm not saying it's impossible. I am saying it's more difficult, but it can be done. And hopefully these chapters that I'm going to provide for you are going to help you make it through it. Now, I've been in my relationship for a year, and I'm going back, within that year, I'm going back a third time, and we're just waiting for her K-1 visa to come through. Once her K-1 visa comes through, then she's going to come back here, and we'll get married, and then we're going to end up moving back to the Philippines. Only when I go back with her, I'm going to make permanent residence in the Philippines. And there's going to be videos along the way of everything that I'm doing, so you can follow me on that. So the third thing is that shared and real life person-to-person experiences are invaluable. And you're not really getting that when you're doing the long-term or the long-distance relationship. It's really important that you're using video so that you can use some of those senses, because you need the sense of hearing so that I can hear the voice. Now, when you're doing a phone call, you can hear the voice, but it's not like you're hearing it person to person. Also, physical touch. You're missing the physical touch. You're also missing the smell, believe it or not, because, you know, they love to smell you and you love to smell them. And when that's missing, that's one of the senses that are dead, right? And God knows you need that affection. We need physical touch. So that real life experience is going to make it more difficult, but it's possible. Okay. Fourth thing, this journey that you're going to be making across different cultures, it's going to be exciting, no doubt. It's going to be enriching in your life also, because a lot of people, they never even reach out of their own city or even county, let alone doing what you're doing, and that's traveling abroad. I think that's awesome. Becoming a passport bro or a BlueBook man is exciting within itself. So when you're making that journey abroad, are you going to need to accept the different cultural changes that you're going to experience, and that is where the excitement begins. Okay, so number 5, there's going to be, and again, I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but there will be some cultural differences. Okay, it's going to blow your mind on some things, but you're going to have to learn to adapt because you're visiting them. Okay, so if you're visiting their country, you need to adapt to them. Don't make judgments. Don't be trying to change their lifestyle. You're the one who needs to make the change. So these differences can bring up cultural misunderstandings and can lead to hurt feelings and miscommunication, especially the communication part. If you're moving to a country where they don't speak English very well, then you're going to have to learn a little bit of their language, and hopefully they're going to learn a little bit of your language so you can get rid of some of that miscommunication part. But there will be conflict because of these different things, the cultural differences, the hurt feelings, the miscommunication. Conflict will arise, so I want you to know how to handle those things, right? And you need to learn that there's a different level of respect that you're going to have to apply, and they're going to have to apply to you also. So that's that. So the 6th thing is that we're going to be talking about understanding and respecting each other's cultural differences. Kind of blends in with number 5, but you need to learn to understand and respect the different cultures and how they're going to blend together, because your culture mixing with their culture, you're going to have a blended relationship, really, right? And these are crucial to building a very strong and lasting relationship. Part 2 of this video is I'm going to be talking about communication is key. Now, in communication in any relationship is important. It doesn't matter if you're traveling abroad or if you're dating the girl next door. It doesn't really matter. communication is key in any relationship. But it doesn't mean it's easy. For some people, it might be easier. For some, it might be harder. But communication is an important factor. So it doesn't mean it's easy, but there's going to be these differences that kind of get in the way and put wedges in the way, and you're going to have to learn to navigate around those problems, right? The cultural differences can also affect the way that we communicate. It might be language. It might be just the difference in the wording. Yet you can understand, but you're going to learn how to navigate yourself around those things all. And, you know, like I said in the warning, it's like how the words are used. And importantly, that you try to understand and they try to convey to you also the meaning of what they're trying to say, not just the wording, because it's all about what they're really trying to express or what you're trying to express to that person. So learning to communicate effectively in your relationship, again, that's any relationship, it's going to be a little bit different than the culture that you're coming from, because you're going to be, like I said, blending with that other culture. So there's going to be those differences that you can work yourself around. Now, as long as you're willing to do this and they're willing to do this and you're both open and you bring yourself to a vulnerability where you can both have input and taking the time to understand each other, you're going to find that it's going to work. Points in this section, the language barrier and the cultural differences, like I said, will lead to misunderstandings, could lead to an argument, but you're going to have to learn to navigate yourself around those things. Number two, active listening. You need to learn to be quiet and listen to the other person, especially if they're having difficult times expressing what they want to convey to us because of language differences. So the direct communication is crucial, but active listening is very, very important. Number three is going to be, like I said earlier, you're going to be trying to, I hope you're going to be trying to learn their language. I spend several hours each day learning Tagalog, and I'm going to make available soon a link where you can link up to language programs. I use 2 different language programs right now. I'll mention them later in later videos. I'll be putting an affiliate link when I do, letting you know so that you can learn these languages. But I spend several hours a day learning the language, and I hope that they're going to spend the time to learn your language. For instance, in my relationship, when I go to the Philippines, I try very hard to listen to the words that I do know and use the words and sentences that I'm learning, and they just get such a joy of seeing how much effort I'm putting into their culture. And then when she moves here, when we get married here in the United States, before we move back to the Philippines, she wants to really dive into the English language. She wants to learn. So you have to have that cooperation amongst both of you, so that you're putting into their language and they're putting into yours, and it's going to benefit you down the road. In your comments, you could say, why don't you make it a gift card? Why don't you make it it's like a gift card, but like a gift on Amazon, or something like that. Or it could be, I just want the cash, whatever. But leave a comment. But I'm going to pick the best comment. Remember this: when you're leaving a comment, make it a good one, because I'm going to award one of you a monetary valued gift, and all you have to do is watch it to the very end of the video. So if you've liked my content, it shouldn't be difficult for you to do, but leave that comment, give me the thumbs up, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you on one of the next videos, and it's going to be Chapter 2. We'll talk about Chapter 2 when Chapter 2 comes. But until then, be safe, have fun. If you don't have a passport, go get one, because I'm telling you, you will be wishing you had when you see the videos from everybody else and watching my videos. You're going to see. Now I'm going back to the Philippines in 2 months. I'm going to be there again, and I'm going to post a whole bunch of videos over then, because I have not been doing these videos that long, and I wish I had been, because I could have put tons of videos out there. But I'm going to take you with me, and you can ride shotgun as I go and travel to see my fiance. Take care. Bye.